Zimbabwe has come a long way as a nation, born out of a protracted armed struggle. And we have scored victory upon victory since the attainment of our hard-won independence in 1980. Today we stand tall among the liberated and independent peoples of the world as masters of our own destiny. We are marching on and consolidating our unity, our peace, and our freedom in fulfillment of the collective aspirations and vision of our heroes and heroines. Yesterday, gallant men and women selflessly chose to join the liberation struggle against the oppressive colonial white settler regime. For 2 years after the raising of our sacred national flag, we remain motivated to ultimately transform Zimbabwe into a modern, industrialized, and prosperous society. From Plumtree to Mthuli, from Zambezi to Limpopo, let us all draw from that rich liberation war heritage and harness our collective energy and skills for a higher quality of life for our people, right from the community level. This is what our heroes envisioned. This is what we are achieving, brick upon brick, stone upon stone. As the Second Republic, we are committed to giving a holistic account of our country's long war of liberation. We are therefore rising to the occasion and recognizing other heroes and heroines, such as the late Reverend Mthuli and the late James Kerema, for their historical contributions despite their areas of weaknesses with regards to the observancy of the great line of evolution. For that reason, we now honor them among the list of our national heroes and heroines. We forever remain indebted to all the heroes and heroines of our great country for their freedom, democracy, and independence we enjoy to this day. Their sacrifice will never die. Tinowatenda siyawabonga. Fellow Zimbabweans, our resolute efforts and evident success in fighting the COVID-19 scourge have allowed us once again to gather and celebrate national events across the length and breadth of our nation. While we remain vigilant, I urge us to direct our focus on accelerating the implementation of economic development programs and projects as we march towards Vision 2030. In spite of the various shocks, our economy has transitioned from recovery to a phase of growth, with 4.6% projected economic growth for 2022. This trajectory is anchored by the mining, manufacturing, construction, tourism sectors. The onus rests with every individual and corporate to protect our economy from saboteurs and currency manipulators. The people of our great country shall forever be one with their land. The Second Republic which I lead will forever honor the heroes and heroines of this great country. Present-day detractors and looters, in whatever guise, will never ever steal or separate us from our God-given land. The land reform is irreversible. It is ours forever. The broad array of programs by my government to enhance production and productivity in the agriculture sector is seeing the emergency of new categories of heroes and heroines in that sphere. The Pfumvudza Itwasa program will not stop and remains ongoing, with the number of beneficiaries increasing from 1.8 households to 3 million households. Inspired by the resilient spirit of yesteryear heroes, let us continually strive to produce all the food we eat, to guarantee our dignity as an independent people. No Zimbabwean should be subjected to abuse or ridicule by subversive NGOs on the pretext of food aid. The policy of taking development services to the people shall remain the hallmark of my administration, sector by sector, ward by ward, district by district. The Second Republic is implementing policies that are lifting our people out of poverty and into prosperity. Fellow countrymen and women, the country is on course to realize the target of a United States $12 billion mining sector by 2023. Mining houses have been directed to always ensure that our communities benefit from the exploitation of mineral resources in their vicinity. After all, the heroes and heroines we are remembering today fought for the land as well as that which is under it. The unprecedented rate of expansion of the mining sector, together with increased capacity utilization in the manufacturing sector, increasing urbanization and the modernization of our rural areas, has resulted in the growing demand for energy. In line with these realities, my government is determined to broaden the country's energy generation and distribution mix. As we do so, no one and no place will be left behind in our integrated development agenda. The rehabilitation and construction of key national infrastructure, which are critical in facilitating trade and the delivery of quality services across the country's provinces and districts, is showing visible progress. I commend our local companies for their commitment to realize targets outlined in the National Development Strategy. They have certainly become present-day heroes in their own right and a reflection of the development that can be achieved by a people who are united and focused. Every Zimbabwean must have access to clean, potable water and sanitation. Significant progress is being recorded in the construction of Gwai Shangani Dam, Chivu Dam, Kunzi and Mthuli Manyange Dams, among others. The presidential bore drilling scheme is well underway, and we will see the drilling of one bore per village countrywide. After all, the war of liberation was fought and won in these villages. Our people at the village level must thus continue to be endeared to the national development policies as they look at the broad array of projects and programs within their communities. All those who sacrifice their lives so that you and I can build a better Zimbabwe, bequeath to us the dignity of having decent shelter. The increasing urbanization and ever-changing demographics as reflected in the 2022 population and household census reinforce the urgency of this matter. Resource mobilization to support various human settlement and housing development programs are being scaled up. My fellow dear Zimbabweans, guided by our developmental philosophy of leaving no one and no place behind, as well as the devolution agenda, resources are being dispersed for projects across all local authorities. This further unlocks the development potential of our rural areas and creates decent employment and empowerment for our people where they live. The private sector is commended for heeding my call on the need to take development to the people. This has seen new factories in the rural areas as we accelerate rural industrialization. The war of liberation was fought on an understanding of grievances and concerns of the masses. The Second Republic, therefore, attaches great importance to the values of dialogue, responsiveness, and inclusive stakeholder engagement. I therefore encourage our people to take advantage of platforms that have been created to facilitate feedback from citizens on the impact of programs and projects designed to uplift their livelihoods. The Second Republic is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We are committed to transparency and accountability to the people of our great motherland, Zimbabwe. Fellow compatriots, my government is determined to go beyond the provision of quality, affordable, and accessible education for all. National defense is the most sacred noble duty and an expression of patriotism which must be infused into our education system. Equally, the principles of hard, honest work, patriotism, sacrifice, serving, and voluntarism must be cardinal aspects of our education curriculum across all levels, informed by the vivid fact that Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo igotongwa navene vayo. On the side of education infrastructure, my government has availed resources for the construction of 3,000 schools across the country. Deliberate and a greater priority will be given to underdeveloped districts such as parts of Cholocho, Binga, Kanyemba, and Mzarabani, among others. As a listening and responsive administration, We will continue to explore new and innovative ways of improving the working conditions of our civil service. Various monetary and non-monetary measures are being intensified for the benefit of the patriotic public workers of our country. Additionally, robust training programs are being rolled out to inculcate a new work culture that is grounded on our rich liberation heritage-based ideology, which is uniquely Zimbabwean. Fellow Zimbabweans, the Second Republic has put in place the requisite institutional, policy, and legal frameworks to create opportunities for youth development, economic empowerment, and job creation. I thus applaud the youth who are availing themselves for the defense, modernization, and advancement of our great nation. Through the innovation ecosystem that my government continues to create, a new crop of trailblazing young heroes is emerging in the science, technological, and innovation space. The invention and production of goods and services for our realities by these technopreneurs is testimony that Zimbabwe will not be left behind in the ICT-driven world of tomorrow. The arts, creative and cultural industries, as well as sports and recreation sectors, are another arena where talented youths are excelling. Similarly, our country's representatives at various sporting and non-sporting events are raising the Zimbabwe flag high. Recently, our young boys and girls are the world champions, are European champions in the motor court. Meanwhile, I challenge our musicians, our poets, and other art and culture practitioners to sing songs, write poems, and carve out artifacts of victory and hope. For indeed, we are a victorious people and a nation with a bright future for our people. This renewed sense of patriotism, clarity of purpose, and readiness to sacrifice for one's country must continue to see more and more of our young people deploying themselves for the realization of our national vision. Fellow countrymen and women, ladies and gentlemen, my government has provided funding for the operationalization of the Veterans Investment Corporation. In addition, the registration of heroes and heroines dependents is currently underway to ensure that their welfare is catered for. The restoration and preservation of the complete liberalization of war heritage will be enhanced by the repatriation of the remains of the first Murenga Umvikelo heroes from foreign countries. Processes and negotiations to this end are in progress, especially with Mozambique. We are repatriating the bodies of those who died as a result of Cyclone Idai. In line with my administration's commitment to uphold democracy bequeathed to us to our fallen heroes and heroines, Zimbabwe is undertaking and unrelentingly in its pursuit to entrench constitutionalism, the rule of law, good governance, and respect for human rights. We cannot be taught democracy by those who denied us democracy. The heroes we honor fought for that democracy and for this democracy, and equal access to justice we are enjoying as a country. Let us therefore, individually and collectively, protect it from all forms of abuse and desecration, more so by those who never came to our help during the brutal oppressive years under the white settler colonial regime. Albeit as peace-loving nation, Zimbabwe is a friend to all and an enemy to none. My fellow comrades and friends, the nation may recall that in 2021, my government established the following honors: the Robert Gabriel Commendation Award, the Joshua Mkabuko Nyongolo Nkomo Commendation Award, and the Herbert Wilshire Fuma Indini Chitepo Commendation Award in recognition of the sacrifices and outstanding feats achieved by the country's founding fathers. We shall thus recognize and honor heroism beyond the war of liberation and defense sector. Milestones in science, technology, and innovation, the accelerated development and the growth of our economy, as well as the growth of made in Zimbabwe goods and services, are applauded and celebrated. So too are initiatives around cultural preservation and other heroic efforts by our people, both at home and abroad, that raise the Zimbabwe national flag high. Befittingly, therefore, I shall confer the medals to 4 outstanding individuals of our nation. As I conclude, I once again call upon us all to honor our heroes and heroines by demonstrating unflinching patriotism and loyalty to our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe. Those we are paying homage to fought for our independence, knowing no tribe, but bonded together by their love for Zimbabwe and a desire to see our people free. Let us carry the baton as heroes and heroines of this period, right from within our communities. Every one of us is enjoying to play their part. There can be no spectators in our march forward. Divisive elements which act contrary to the values and ethos of the liberation struggle and the national interest have no place in our society. Nyika inotomba igowakwa nebenevaya. Ilizwe libuswa liyakwa ngabanikazi balo. Zimbabwe is a unitary and indivisible country. We are a diverse but one people. No countries, institutions, person or group of persons must be permitted to infuse toxic and alien agendas into our national culture and psyche. As we remember our gallant heroes and heroines, let us all recommit to fortify and protect our beloved country while building on the gains we have achieved in 42 years of our hard-won independence and freedom. Together in peace and unity, we shall surely develop our motherland. We shall surely modernize and industrialize our motherland, Zimbabwe. With these remarks, it gives me great honor and pleasure to wish all Zimbabweans at numerous venues across the country and in the diaspora a happy 42nd Heroes Day commemoration. Long live our unity, long live our peace, and long live our freedom. Long live Zimbabwe. Ngiyalibonga lonke, ndinokutendai mose. God bless you all, God bless Zimbabwe, and thank you.